Getting yourself to commit to actually having that work ethic on something every single day that's physically, emotionally demanding. Those habits transfer other places in life. When you have other challenges, you've already conditioned yourself to be able to actually overcome those challenges, whatever they take. Yeah, I got into powerlifting really probably the same way that almost everybody gets into it, especially in Texas, is sports. High school football specifically was really where I started, and I was a smaller kid. I think sometimes now I forget that, and other people don't know that about me. Was in 8th grade, I was playing football, and they pair you with the people who are similarly strong as you, and I was having to lift with all the weak kids, all the B team kids, and I didn't want to lift with them. So I started lifting I'd go in the morning before school started. So that was the beginning. I was going maybe 3 times a week as an 8th grader, lifting in the gym, and then that just carried through high school, got more serious with high school football and powerlifting and those kind of things. But that was really how it started. Yeah, so 2 weeks ago, I was in a pivot deload week. So basically doing some exercises that I don't really do a whole lot of. So the specific exercise was a safety bar split squat. Went maybe heavier on it than I should have, and it was my last set. I was halfway through it and got pretty much to the bottom from what I can remember, and then felt 2 pops. So now what I know is the first pop was my adductor, second pop was basically my lower abdominal muscle. That I think is one of the biggest reasons why I've been successful so far with getting past this thing quickly, is that I never felt sorry for myself. I never felt like this really was a setback per se. It was just kind of the thing that was in front of me immediately. So I wish that was something that was easier to teach to people, but maybe that's one of the things that is inherently natural to me, and maybe one of the things that has made me the athlete that I am. It's my diet, my routine is pretty simple here, so I don't think we're gonna see a lot of fancy preparation meals or anything like that. I think it'll be pretty ordinary stuff that pretty much anybody can start pretty quickly to actually be consistent. Yeah, so when I decided to go up to 105s, I decided to make other changes in my life. I've been self-coached my entire career, from 8th grade on. It was all my own training. So I decided to hire a coach. I'm working with Reactive Training Systems now. This was my biggest fear when I got hurt at first, that I wasn't gonna be able to take all my groceries in one trip, but I still got it. I think just doing another meet in a row that I was a little bit frustrated with how my actual performance was showing up. When I was in high school, I was competing in the 90 kilo weight class, so essentially the same thing as the 93 kilo class. So from an 18-year-old in high school to now being 28, it's I feel like I should have gained more weight than what I did. Anybody in any sport wants to be as competitive as they possibly can, and so it was more just as an athlete, almost ignoring weight classes in general, and just saying, what can I physically do, and challenging myself in that regard. And cinnamon rolls for the really big training sessions. And then of course the most essential part, maybe not the most essential, but the fat-free and reduced fat cheese for anybody actually gaining weight is like if you're trying to get in enough carbs without going way over on your fat, like that's magic right there. Get out of the way. What happens when he doesn't get a walk? This World Nationals, I really have no idea. My goal in my head, as far as right now, I really don't have specific numbers. I'd like to be able to squat over 600, but I really have no idea what my leg will be capable of. But in my head, my goal will be to be able to physically do a squat and deadlift single at an RPE 7, like something that I can actually fully go after, but it's not necessarily max effort. So I think that's probably a good range for me, is something that I try really hard at, but isn't really maximal. So
you're on the ground.
I know. I'm back. If you're following along with what I'm doing, the Arnold is when you should probably expect the big total. But after that, I mean, my expectation and goal after that is to be going after the first place spot from here until forever in the 105s at Nationals and Worlds.